Cruz, what's our first topic?
Listen, first topic. Have you ever watched, So Good, but then like towards the end or halfway through the middle, like, what the heck? Like you started off so great, so good, and then you just flop. We talk about good animes that disappointed you, right? Listen, I am fashionably late to the party for this one. Fashionably late. I'm on CP time on this one. All right.
Facts.
But listen, never Promised Land.
Promised Neverland.
Damn, never Promised. Promised Neverland.
Damn,
Thank you.
God damn, Yoda.
Promised Neverland, bro.
Yeah.
Listen, so I've had this on my list that I showed you on Crunchyroll for like a good few years. One day, like, you know what? Let me see what the hype is about.
Mm-hmm.
I seen like little. I tried to avoid the spoilers, and even though it's been years, I think I did a very good part of it. But I did see some inklings about the disappointment. But I'm gonna go check it out myself. Yo, I was hooked.
Yeah, it's a good premise. It's a good premise.
I was hooked, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I legit binge watched. I'm talking about to 2:00 in the morning on some nights, just watching episode after episode after episode. Bro, I said this before that anime is just not for children. This is one of those animes in the beginning. Took far left turn, bro. I had no idea it was going to go like this. I thought it was going to be like a feel good, warm, shonen type joint. You know what I'm saying? Like these kids got power, something going to happen, enemies going to come through and try to wreak havoc on the world. They're going to have powers and grow up. And nah, it's none of that. Mm-hmm. None of that. Yep. I definitely went in blind knowing that there were some disappointments, but I went in blind not knowing exactly what the premise was. They are farming these kids, bro. The first episode, when the little girl thought that she was getting adopted by a good family.
Yeah.
And she forgot something. And the kids, you know what I'm saying, being that, being everyone's, orphan kids, they're like coming together, they love each other, they love the mom or whatever you want to call her, you know what I'm saying? And they go run off like, yo, she forgot this, ran all the way down to where they saw we met the wall, walked into the tunnel, opened a little cart door, blood and guts everywhere. Then they see demons.
I believed it.
Bro.
I didn't believe it. Like, because they talked about it, they was like, hey, we think that something's up. And I was like, nah. And then it said, we think it might be this. And I'm like, no. But it wasn't until they actually showed it where I'm like, oh,
bro,
it's real.
Left turn, bro. I did not expect that. Mm-hmm. It felt so warm. You remember how it started in the beginning? Like the kids are waking up, they're happy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And they're about to eat, and they're all playing together. They loving on one another, and then it's straight blood and guts. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo.
But before that, it was given no sci-fi elements. Everything else seemed like a regular world stuff, and they're like, yeah, there are monsters, and I'm like, ain't no monsters in this show.
Bro,
and sure enough.
See, I didn't know it was monsters in the show. When I told you I avoided I try to avoid as much as possible, I did, bro. Mm-hmm. So when I saw what happened, I was instantly hooked because the plot twist, like just had me hooked. I love a good plot twist, bro.
Yeah.
It just had me hooked. So I just watched it through all the entire first season. These little kids, bro, they ain't no regular kids. You know what I'm saying? They was being groomed, of course, for food, but
right. That's what made it interesting. That's the wrinkle in it that made it good because, like, yeah, they're kids, but they're all geniuses,
bro. And especially three of them. Like, what was it? Emma, Norma, and Ray. All three geniuses in their own way, but they had elements that was separate from each other. Emma, she was just, I guess, in some way, kind of naive a little bit. She was intelligent. I think Ray. that was the one with the black hair. Ray, the one with the black hair. He was just he wasn't negative, but he was very realistic.
By any means.
By any means.
He was like the Batman of the group.
Yeah,
he was like, we could do something evil. We could do something evil as long as it pays off in the end,
Exactly. And Norman, I think he was the poster boy. Like, he was like well-rounded. Everyone loved him and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to try to get into the plot of what it was. We all know what Promised Neverland was. But I watched the second season, right? And I'm like, what the heck? I felt like I was robbed. Like, there's something missing. And lo and behold, when I went back to see exactly what everyone was talking about after I watched the show years late, it was right. Bro, I didn't read the manga, but they missed a bunch of arcs in the manga. Yeah. I want to read it. I'm not sure I can go back and read it anymore. I'm kind of disappointed.
Nah, you can. Just know it's going to be better.
Okay, well. Yeah, that's what it felt. Rushed. It felt, and the thing was like, dang, it still could have been good, bro, if they actually put those fillers and those different arcs into the second season. But they rushed it. I don't know why they rushed it, but they just rushed it and just missed the whole. Oh my gosh, bro! And then when they finally got free, they let the kids go, but they went back. Maybe that's part of the story as well. When they went back to go free the rest of the kids from the farms, I'm not sure if that was the case in the manga, but I would love to see. I would love to see the liberation of the people.
That's a great pick. That's a great
Liberation,
pick.
bro.
As a matter of fact, I think a lot of people would agree with you too. Like Promised Neverland, the premise and the way that the first season was done was like masterful, bro. It was like a great story. The animation
Chef's
was
kiss.
good. Yeah.
Chef's
Everything
kiss.
was clicking until season 2. They just dropped the ball. But that's a good one. For mine, I'm gonna go My Hero Academia, bro. The beginning seasons of My Hero Academia, they had built a world. They took a genre that was popular at the time, superheroes in the West. This is when all the MCU movies were going on. But they put like the Japanese wrinkle into it where they have this protagonist who's the underdog and he's doing things in an unconventional way in the beginning of the show. Because when he uses his powers, he breaks his body. So he's using his mind a whole lot and he's not winning all the time, but he's making his way. And I'm disappointed because I think that series was in desperate need of a time skip. They needed to get out of that school because they spent seasons, whole seasons, just not doing anything, just dirtling in school. When like it got interesting again when like Deku left the school and went rogue, and now they're out like facing real villains, running into real danger. Like they all broke out of jail, and I feel like if that had happened earlier, the momentum of the show would have been on a different level. Granted, it's still good, but I feel like it could have been up with the ones that everyone's talking about as far as like totality. Because I don't know how you feel about this cruise. Like, you ever watch an anime and you're like, this is amazing, and then it ends, and the end kind of like brings the score down.
Yeah.
I feel like the end was okay, but when you look at the whole thing, it's a little bit of a letdown for me. The potential was so high.
But which arc do you think it was a letdown for you? Which season?
I'll tell you, I'll do you one better. So if you go from the point where All Might loses his powers, if you stop there and you come everything from there till when Deku goes Dark Deku, everything in between there and the anime is kind of like fluff to me. Like even the what was that dude's name where he touches people and they blow up? He invented the bullets that take your powers away.
The guy from the mob?
Yeah.
With the beak mask on?
Overhaul.
Overhaul, yeah. Overhaul.
Like it was done well in the manga, but not so good in the show. But like that was when things started coming back as far as like stakes in the show. That's the real problem. After All Might lost his powers and when Deku left, there were no stakes. It was just like, hey, a test here. We're gonna go against this class. We're gonna try to get this certification. And after like the All Might stuff happens, who cares about a test? You know what I mean? We're like, you should be out there trying to like focus on the ramifications of what happens to the superhero world when you lose the number one and all the numbers are shuffling around. That is what's more compelling. Like the world is in need of superheroes more than ever now that number one is gone, especially in Japan. So that was just a little bit of a letdown for me because I feel like they wasted a lot of time.
I don't know about that, bro. It's your opinion. I can respect it, bro. But I think all those things was like a build up. You know what I'm saying? I can say that the episode I didn't care for were the fillers, like Mr. Gentle and stuff like that. Like, get out of here! Like, what are you doing? You know, like that was like the worst villain ever. But he came through in the end as a hero, part of the team of the heroes. But I think all that there were stakes. I think it painted like, it was the uprising of the villains, the League of Villains and things like that. Even who was the slasher dude with the knife that was killing everyone, killing all the heroes? Stain, right?
That was prior, I think.
Prior, but even all that, right? Was Stain prior to that was before All Might lost his powers?
Well, he came back after All Might lost and was like doing a little something, but like again, that was later. That was once Deku left, I think. So maybe you're right.
Yeah, I think that there was a lot of build up in character and setting the stage for the grandiose end. There was I think with that, just building up the antagonist, because remember there was even some like internal like struggle within the villains. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you gonna file? Overhaul, or is it gonna be old crusty boy that could disintegrate? I forget his name. How can I forget his name?
Shigaraki?
Yeah, whatever his name was. You know what I'm saying? Like. And then another group of villains come and they fight. You know what I'm saying? They join
the big
like
nose,
like I really think that I don't really think none of that's filler. And then the whole time, you know what I'm saying? The number 2 hero, Falcon, right? Whatever the Falcon boy name is, Hawks. Yeah, Hawks. Thank you. I watch so much anime, I forget these guys' names. But Hawks. So Hawks, you know what I'm saying? He's actually being a double agent. You know what I'm saying? He's not I don't know, bro. I heard you saying, but I really don't think it's really fluff. I think it was a lot of setting up, a lot of counter punches, a lot of jabs, set up the hook, and I thought that happened a lot. I feel like it was like a 4-piece combo.
Yeah.
I'm getting pieced up. You know what I'm saying?
I'll cap it with this. Like everything that you're saying, all those events were definitely important. All the stuff with the villains, overhaul, they came in, they felt like a big deal, but they weren't. Shigaraki got powered up, came back, and then he was a big deal. All the stuff with the villains is important. I'm not talking about that. They literally spent seasons like fighting like Class 1B and like that kind of stuff. Like I would have liked if All Might lost his powers, they do all the villain stuff, and then we get to the end part of it. But I guess
But
it was so popular, they just have to write it. I guess I
I
don't know.
mean, they had to get stronger. I actually enjoyed the tournaments against the fights against each other in the classes.
You
Honestly,
did?
I did actually. When they actually had to like really use their powers and had to evolve their powers in ways that was it plus ultra? You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? They really
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they did that for themselves amongst themselves before they actually went onto the real world. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine if those fights amongst the class and tournaments didn't happen, what they would do in the real field. You know what I'm saying? Everyone actually took their powers and took it to the next level within the sandbox. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we might have bumped into something interesting here. So I got a question for you. Do you like longer anime and episode count, or do you prefer like a more shorter, concise type of storytelling in general?
I like One Piece. What do you think?
Well, I don't know if that's an outlier.
I don't have a preference really. I just
Mm,
like if it doesn't matter as long as the needs are being met. You're telling a good story, you got character development, good animation, plot twists here and there, a sprinkle of that, and just good fight scenes that we're talking about shonen and stuff like that, things of that
mhm.
element. Then yeah, I don't care. It could be concise and impactful, or it could be long as One Piece and just a never ending world of possibilities. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have a preference. I like both. I just love anime, bro. I don't have a
Interesting,
preference.
and
Some of
that's
these,
fair. You're allowed.
yeah,
You're allowed to love anime.
yeah. So a lot of people, these firms, these Reddits and Facebook, social media, they be so like particular, like snobby with their fandom. I'm like, dude, bro, like, dog, it's ink in pixels, bro. Relax, like,
Mm,
enjoy the
nah, I
show,
feel you.
enjoy the ride.
I feel you. I feel you. I think that I've realized that like if I like around like once you get like higher than 60, I need every installment to be pushing the main narrative forward. Or if you're like diverting from the main narrative, it needs to come back and pay off later.
You know
And
what?
after listening to you, go ahead.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I fell
Hmm.
off.
Did you? Where?
I fell off when he went to Italy, and there was I forget what season that is, but they went to Italy, and I don't know, the stands got weird. I don't
Hmm.
know. It was the one after JoJo's illegitimate kid that was it was half Japanese.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now is this because it changes like tone a lot. So was it like the tonal change that you didn't like, or just like yo, wrap it up? It's taking too long.
Now I'm just rap. I didn't. I got lost. It's like I think I was. I'm not sure when does the lineage stop or you know what I'm saying? Like I got lost. The art the last one that I really understood what was going on was the one when they had the manga character in there. The manga character that was able to draw manga.
Well, you do watch a lot of anime, Cruz. You
I
know that,
do.
right?
A lot of anime and a lot of different, lots of anime, different varieties
Yeah.
as well. So,
Well.
but JoJo Bizarre Adventure, I fell off and like, all right, I'm getting bored.
Oh, that's your next. That was your next pick.
No, it was not. It was not. It was not my
You
next
just
pick.
say you just saying.
Just saying. But my next pick
Bad.
is
Yeah.
Vinland Saga.
Oh no.
Well, hold
No,
up, hold
don't
up,
say that.
hold up. And it's only disappointing because it's taking too long with season 3. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it, bro. I
Okay.
love Vinland Saga. I love
Yeah.
Vinland Saga. My disappointment is what's taking so long. Bring it out.
That's not
Thor,
really a knock to the show, though.
but you said, listen, it's a good show. It's
Yeah.
disappointing me because
Yeah.
it's taking too long for you to get it out. That's my only knock against it. I love the character development of Thorfinn, of what he'd been through as a little kid and having to join his father's killers group.
Hmm.
And then season 1 and then season 2, you see like the growth of Thorfinn. You know what I'm saying? He who was once just sold out and just bloodthirsty for revenge, and now he's a pacifist. You know what I'm saying? He's a pacifist in season 2. I like what's happening for him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's reformation for him.
Hmm. It's real,
That's what
bro.
that's what I love about it. That's what I love about that. At first, it was just You know what I'm saying? He had 2
Action.
daggers. You know what I'm saying? As a Vikings going crazy.
Hands. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But again, Vinland Saga only because season 3 is taking too long. And they have plans to complete, you know what I'm saying, the anime according to what I've read.
Mm-hmm.
So put it out.
Have you only watched it? I imagine you haven't read Vinland Saga at all, have you?
Haven't read it. But I know where it's going, but I've only watched it.
Yeah, man.
But I am gonna read it because I'm getting impatient. I gotta know what's happening.
Yeah,
That's the only reason why I read
you end up
manga,
reading,
so I can know what's going to happen next. So if I'm invested like that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why I read Naruto. That's why I read Bleach. That's why I reading One Piece, not reading One Piece.
Mm.
Demon Slayer. I'm like, all right, this is enough. I got to see what's happening.
Exactly,
I can't
bro.
wait.
After that movie, bro, I was like, all right, enough.
It's like the train one, right? The train. That's for me. It was the train. That's when I was like, okay, nah, I gotta go.
No,
Which
it
one?
wasn't until the castle when they were like,
That's
all
when you
right,
start reading manga.
Yeah, they was like, all right, see you in 2 years. I was like, no, nah.
Mine was the train, bro. I had the train. Okay.
Listen, at the end of the train, I was satisfied. Honestly, it was a little shaky before Akaza showed up, but once he showed up, I was like, ooh, when they find him again,
it wasn't at the train. It was the train when they decided to actually when they brought out next season. They put the train into the season. I'm like, bro, I just saw this in the movie theater.
Yeah,
I don't care about this. Like,
yeah.
All right, I gotta go see what's going on now.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I can't wait until we get to the as you know. I can't wait till they animate this, bro. By the way,
crazy.
By the way, Infinity Castle is out on Crunchyroll and streaming on major platforms. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm going to watch it again one of these days.
Hey, yo, real quick. Me and a good friend of mine got into a little debate about the movie. So Doma, this is I think that's his name, the demon with the fans and the rainbow eyes.
Okay.
So, in your opinion, have you seen him recently?
That's number 2 guy.
Yeah. In your opinion, when he talks to the demon slayers, do you think that in his mind he's being genuine, or do you think everything that he says is like a backhanded insult? So like if he says, oh man, your attacks are really strong, it's a shame they're not working, like is that like I'm pitying you, or is it like I'm saying like you asked for real in a nice way? And he talks like that. He talks like that throughout the entire movie, bro.
That's a good talking point.
Right. He's like, man, this poison would have killed me. It's really good though, but it's not working.
That's kind of like a backhanded comment, bro.
Bro, like when you go ahead. When you go back and watch it, right? I want you to pay attention to the things that he says, right? We talked about this for like almost a half hour, because I think that everything that he says is an insult, but he says it in a nice way, in a nice tone, to make it not sound like one, but he's been like a jerk the entire time. Now, my good friend is like, well, no, they raised him as a god, so when he says these things, he genuinely means it. But like, you don't talk to like ants when you see ants, and everybody else is an ant to him. And I'm like, I see what you're saying, but I think you're giving him too much credit. I think he's really being a dick.
Might be both. That pompous, royal, rich. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, bro. It might be both. Honestly, he might be sincere, but at the same time being mad. Yeah, I think I agree with both of you guys' points, because that was his upbringing. You know what I'm saying? That's how he was raised.
Yeah.
But you know what? Not put a pin on it. I'm gonna go back and watch it, and we can talk about it next week for sure.
Facts. My second anime let me down. You ever heard of Ninja Kamui?
Yeah, yeah.
First of all, Ninja Kamui, one of the best openings in anime to me ever. It sets the tone for everything that happens in the show. That opening like really sets the tone every single time. It's one of those ones I never skip. But the first like half of that show, classic revenge story. These guys were in like a league of ninjas. They decided to defect, and they're coming for him. Kills his family. Now he's out for revenge. The animation in this show, Cruise, was A1. It was just ninjas, hands, kunai, sharp objects, flying kicks and punches and jumping, everything. And then halfway through the show, they decided to pivot and make the show about armor and CGI. And whereas in the beginning, it was straight animation.
I don't like CGI, bro.
Depends.
I mean, they made some of my favorite animes in CGI, and I didn't like it, like Dragon Ball Super when they made that when he fought Brody. Well, was it Brody? No, it was the Beast one when Gohan with the Super Saiyan Beast. Beast Go
Yeah.
Hunt. I did not like that. But go ahead, brother. I didn't mean to.
It was different. Nah. Like even to add on to what you're saying, I think that because I used to mirror that until someone said, "Well, Demon Slayer and everything Ufotable does is like all CGI." So like I'm like, well, if you're unless you're Ufotable, I if I can get 2D animation, I'll take that, please, thank you.
Yeah.
So I'm with you. But Ninja Kamui, man, like man, it had everything. It had all the makings to be a great anime, and it just turned into something else halfway through, and it's just sad.
So walk me through this because I haven't watched Ninja Komo in a little bit.
As far as the narrative beats,
Yeah, exactly.
so they're coming from a ninja society. This particular well, it was actually the husband and the wife. They were both like some of the best assassins in the association, and they decided they fell in love and they weren't supposed to do that. They left. They had a family, and the association sent all their killers after them. And they found them, and they killed the dude's wife, their kid, and the dude was injured gravely, and he didn't die. And you know, it's revenge from there. He meets up with this cop who doesn't know about ninjas, doesn't believe in it, but he's like just a beat cop, and he's got this partner, and they just trying to take him down. And then halfway through, the assassin organization is trying to become more in tune with technology, so they're developing armor, and one of the armor seems to fall into our protagonist's hands, and it becomes a show about who has the best armor.
So they got away from the premise of what it first meant to be and started worrying about power ups and add-ons.
Yeah, man. It's really sad because it was good. It was good in the beginning.
Yeah. I gotta go watch that again because I think that could probably be one of mine as well. And I can't I can't even remember. So definitely enemies I like. You know what I'm saying? I definitely can remember. So
yeah, man, it was one of the hardest fall offs. I'm not gonna say it's Promised Neverland level, but it's in the neighborhood.
Yeah, Promised Neverland, bro. That was, oh my gosh, bro. That could have been so fire. I'm gonna go read the manga though, so I can see what's going on. I really, really want to understand what I missed and whatever.
The manga is definitely worth a read, but you know, everyone has those shows that start out at so high, and whether their expectations get too high or like they take a turn or take narrative liberties, a show will fall for whatever reason. So, you guys, if you've seen the show and you end up not liking it or ends up falling off, put in the comments, tell us why. If it's Ninja Kamui, I understand. But tell us anyway.
I definitely want to know.
For real.
Yeah.